Hey, Biker Trash here, and what may be my new review spot, I'm not really sure. It's my first time reviewing a first time reviewing a figure in this house. So let's just go ahead and get into it. This is the Optimus Prime from the new Prime series. This is the Robots in Disguise version, not the initial release, first edition or whatever they called it. And really the whole first edition thing just ticks me off about as bad as the what do you call it, the premium versions for the 2007 line, because it's like we're gonna flaunt all these fantastic things out here, but all you common folk get this. And I'm gonna get into some of the differences later into the review. But someone requested to see what the Prime I just reviewed last, what his trailer would actually look like on this guy. And that is what it looks like. Very nice. Much better than the figure it actually comes with. Because of the way that the shin guards are made right here, you can only turn it about that far, but still, this looks very nice. Like this, I had planned on, just leaving the deluxe that came with the trailer attached to this. But as good as this looks, I am seriously considering buying a second one of these to have attached to the trailer. The only real problem that you have with this is it's a little tall, so the front wheels right here don't touch. But besides that, it really does scale a lot better with this than with the other one. Because, this is what it looks like down the side. It's almost the perfect width for this trailer. And now that I've done that, let's get this out of the way. And for size comparison, one of the best Voyager Primes ever made right here. And so slightly, I say it's slightly smaller. Actually, if you ignore his feet coming out, almost the exact same length, exact same height, except this one, the sleeper's a little bit taller. But really do scale well with each other. And of course, the absolute best Voyager Prime ever made, the 2007 Voyager Prime. And I say it's the best because it's the only one that comes with Peter Cullen. But in all seriousness, I just didn't feel like going back to my old house and getting the Revenge of the Fallen Voyager Prime. It's still there, it's just I didn't feel like walking across the yard. And I sure didn't feel like going and get the Dark of the Moon Voyager Prime. You know what? I'm going to. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And after transforming the Revenge of the Fallen Voyager, I'm more convinced than ever that this was designed by a sadist. Both of them, really, but this one in particular. Both of the Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Primes. Get him out of the way. And, oh my god, this looks so much better now. There's very few Transformers that I just outright regret purchasing. But this is definitely one of them. Because, let me at least fix the fuel tank. I forgot to do that. Give this thing a sporting chance. But seriously, I have no idea what they were going with when they designed this. Because, Prime didn't appear anything like this in any scene ever in the movie. And I hate him. Okay, going on. This guy does come with two accessories. He has a sword that, a lot of good that does a truck. And he's got this lump, which they call a gun. It's all mech tech or whatever. You pull that and it extends. It keeps trying to the little box that says facial recognition keeps coming up on this knuckle. Does that knuckle look like a face to you? Anyway, so there's, as far as I can tell, no way of locking this. And even if you would lock it out, it looks so little like a gun, I just don't worry about it. I've only kept it around just so I could have it for the review. To transform this, what you're going to do is just detach this right here. They got some pegs up in here that plug into the bottom of these gray bits. I'm going to just get these out of the way for now. I was going to do a whole thing like, I don't know, this doesn't look anything like Optimus Prime. I mean, Optimus Prime's supposed to have a blue cab that flames, and I've been a fan of of Transformers ever since the first movie. This is nothing like what a Prime should be, but I decided that'd be too much trouble, and I'd get too much hate mail for it. But anyway, got this broke loose. I'm going to go ahead in the sides of the sleeper right here, just kind of fold them down, and you get to the truck's flight mode. I mean, with some of the third modes they've had over the years, I'm surprised they didn't try and play this off as a triple changer. But anyway, just going to take and fold this up and get it out of the way for right now. The fenders in the front, just kind of roll them down like that to where you're pretty much sitting at this right here. And this is his hood artillery mode. You put the gun right, no, shut up, Josh. Next thing you're going to do is pop these loose right here on the top of the cab, the top portion of the sleeper. And I lied, this is where the artillery mode comes in. You've got the little plugs right there. So, artillery mode, that's 4 modes. Split the hood. And now that you've got all this loose, we can actually start to do something with it that looks like a transformation and not just a jumble of parts. You're going to have to kind of rotate this gray bit right here out to the side, and at the same time spin this to where it just moves out to the side, because it'll bind up on itself. Let's see if I can get it on camera better on this side. I'm going to just take and swing that out, and at the same time just keep it wiggling to where it's like you just make the hood section wider. Now you can take the grill, flip it around, and that is showing me that my camera is too low. Okay, now with the new higher camera angle, you can see that, you know, the head is exposed now. Next, you're going to take the section with the windshield attached and just rotate that up and rotate this down. So it's not a fake windshield, it's just upside down. And there's a lot of little wiggling and getting things in place on this guy, but you can see where it's heading. Rotate these the halves of the hood and the sleeper cab on it. The fists are going to just straighten out right here, and you've got this glorious clear blue right there, which I hate. Inside the cab, we've got these right here that fold out to the front of the shoulders. Inside of the sleeper, excuse me. Fold these down on themselves to make some shoulder armor. And it seems like, yes, for the chest to clip into place, there's some pegs right here. They're going to go into this support right here. So it just takes a little bit of finessing, and now it's secure. To give him feet, spread the legs, and the trailer hitch, well, you can't really see it, but the trailer hitch splits in half and becomes his feet. Let's see now. The two parts of the sleeper sides, whenever the fenders fold down, they kind of just nest together right here. They don't actually snap, but they hold together pretty well. The sides of the sleeper right here just kind of fold up. There is no pegging them in anywhere, but the ball joint's pretty secure, so it holds fairly well like this. Fairly tidy backpack. Could be better, could be much worse. Posability, he's got rotation in the thigh, just a little bit better than 90 degrees in the knee. Ball joint hips, ball jointed ankles. They are pretty contained. Well, I say that, but I mean, you can get them out as far as that right there, and if you have him positioned right, he's still flat-footed right there. So that's actually quite a bit better than I remembered it being. But let's see if he's stable enough to. So yeah, he is a stable, well-balanced figure. Oh, and the windshield kind of just, like, that's in truck mode, and it just barely slides right there, just to give him a little gap in the front. Give him back his sword, which is a cool sword, and you can peg this into a forearm or something, and you can have a lump. Because, I mean, I've tried taking this thing right here, extending it, and trying to hook it on part of his shoulder armor to keep it extended, and that's about the best I can get it. Bear in mind it's got a light, so the battery's eventually going to go dead. Really, like I said, I don't know what they were going for with this, because it's completely unawe-inspiring in every way possible. Well, let me transform all these others for some size comparison. Alright, well, I forgot to transform this one. I guess I was trying to mentally block it out of my mind to keep me from having to do it, but I'm going to just talk about these other ones while I'm trying to do this. Pretty much, this is a pretty good figure. It has two big strikes against it. Number one is just a slight looseness problem in the waist. Number 1.5 is gimpy weapons. The sword isn't too bad, but I don't know, it's kind of small. I mean, for, you know, your hero character for the entire show, I'd like to give him something a little bit more impressive looking than just this plain, you know, gray sword. Here he is next to Voyager's Classics Prime, Classic Voyager, whatever. I've always really liked the way this guy looks, just completely solid, and you know, looking at him instantly, Optimus Prime. Just this one right here. He's still, you know he's a Prime, but he's not. Well, he's not G1 Prime, so you can't really hold him against it because they've got so many different iterations of Prime. He is a pretty good Prime on his own, though. Why am I getting him out of the way? It's not. I need him here for comparisons. Excuse me. I am back. Alright. Now, sorry about that. I had to go get a phone call and drive to Lafayette. So no, I'm not like magic and just instantly change my shirt. Yeah. I think I was discussing transforming this guy and mentioning that he was designed by sadists, and I stand by that. Seriously, 100%. So, just get him next to Prime. I gotta think of him. Robots in Disguise, Prime, yeah, whatever. This guy, right here. And they're very comparable in size. Got pretty much the same proportions. okay, I'm editing out all the things I said before that and starting over from scratch. Really not a bad figure. You know, whenever you judge him on his own, there are some weird quirks to this guy. Like, why in the world they would give him clear blue forearms? I mean, really, the forearms are just completely blue. Everything that's red on them was part of the truck body. There's nothing revealed that is gray or more red. It's just this goofy, clear blue. And they used a nice gray for the upper arms, so why not just continue it on down? And it would have been nice if these would have been molded in red, have all red forearms like just about every other Prime ever. Of course, you know, they don't have to all be the same, but it helps. The looseness in the waists, I can't judge it too harshly on that because that might just be mine is loose, you know. There is no rotation in the waist, which is odd. I mean, I think every figure up here, let me see. No, this one doesn't. That one does. And okay, never mind. 3 out of 5 do not have rotating waists. I really don't even know why it is. I'm not more impressed with this guy than I am. Like I said, mostly because of the goofy blue forearms, lack of a decent gun. The head is kind of tiny, and I don't know, something bugs me about his chest. I can't tell you what it is. I think it's because there's just there is no red at all on the entire chest of this figure. That's what it is. His arms and shoulders have some red. There's no red on his... I mean, if you hide this right here, you know, if you just look at the chest of this guy, there's nothing about his chest at all that says Optimus. But I don't know. Maybe I'm being too nitpicky. Mildly recommended. And what I said earlier about getting a second one of this guy to hook to the trailer, it may end up being just this guy hooked to the trailer, and I'll save my 20 bucks. So, y'all have yourselves a splendiferous day. I'm going to edit this, and whenever it's done editing and uploading, I'm going to BotCon. See y'all later.